Hey, fatty, I think it's time we stop lying to each other. I know that you want to tell yourself, I need to bulk, I need to gain more mass, I'm not heavy enough yet, I need to get to 100 kilos as quickly as possible so that I can have this intimidating presence, so that I can lift heavy weights, and then once I cut down, then I'll finally look incredible. But first I need to look like shit. I need to go soft because that's the sacrifice that it takes. And oh, what? I get to stuff my face? How convenient. I get it, man. The food is comfort, food is pleasure, food is joy. When you have all these negative thoughts and all of these tasks you want to procrastinate on, and you don't have a greater purpose, a mission that you're willing to give up your temporary pleasure for. But this is not the way, man. Maybe you do have a purpose, maybe you are working hard, but you get home at the end of the day of pushing yourself and you reward yourself with a nice big feast. Turn on a YouTube video, movie, and you can escape. And it feels so good in the moment, but then your stomach starts to get a bit tight, gets a bit uncomfortable, and yet you keep stuffing your face, There's always room for more, isn't there? No matter how uncomfortable you get, you can still always squeeze in an extra little sweet treat, can't you? And you tell yourself, it's fine, I'm bulking. No, it's fine, I'm bulking. It's okay that throughout the day I don't feel as sharp and energetic and focused as I could be. It's fine that I look in the mirror and I'm not completely proud of what I see because I'm bulking. No, this is all temporary. And then once I start cutting, then all of that is going to go away. This isn't the way to live, bro. Believe me, I've wasted way too many years in this cycle. You're not a pro bodybuilder, you're not a competitive powerlifter or a strongman. Your goal isn't to shatter world records. No, your goal is to live a meaningful, purposeful life where you have freedom, financial freedom, location freedom, you have abundance, you have a greater purpose to sacrifice for. That's the life that both of us are working towards. Hopefully, right? If you're not even working towards that, bro, fuck. You've got some reflecting to do, but point being, bulking isn't serving that. You don't need to eat like an off-season bodybuilder. Is being as big as possible truly what you want to be remembered for? Is the only area of life that you want to master how big you can possibly get, and not even how good you can look, because the way you're going about it is completely wrong. You're just getting fatter and sloppier. Yeah, you might be gaining more muscle, but are you really proud of yourself? When you cut back down, you're going to have all these weird stretch marks and shit. People are going to be able to tell that you used to be a fatty, and that's fine. If you actually were a fatty and you lost that weight, then that's a massive flex. But right now, you're not even a proper fatty. You can't even go all in. No, you're a muscle fatty, which is even worse. You're on track to being that kind of guy that people can look at and they can tell you're big, but is he jacked? Is he fat? What's his story? You're not going to be an intimidating, respectful presence. You're just going to be a weird, low frequency glutton. Is this the life you want? No? Well, I think it's time we address the root cause of the root cause of the root cause, which is emotional eating. The fact that you still want to stuff your face because it feels comfortable and safe. It's very pleasurable to want to escape. But what are you even trying to escape from? It might not be what you think. You see, something fucked up probably happened to you as a young kid. Perhaps you grew up in a household where there was just constant screaming, fighting, just late nights of staying up, listening to your parents yell, plates smashing, furniture breaking, and you had to be the leader. You had to be your parents' marriage counselor at a very young age. That's what I went through, and it definitely scarred me. And so the reason for your overstuffing emotional eating gluttony is probably that your nervous system still hasn't adapted to the fact that you're a grown-up man who's finally safe. You have nothing to run away from now. You might know this consciously, but still your subconscious doesn't believe you. You're still in fight or flight mode, which is why it's so nice to be able to just ravenously stuff your face like a rampaging beast. Because that's what feels safe. That's what our body craves, or when we're in fight or flight mode, it wants to know that we're going to survive the next few days. And what better way to survive the next few days? Thousands and thousands of calories all in one go. Because it doesn't know the next time we're going to get it. That is our evolutionary survival mechanism, but we're not living in those times anymore, are we? No. The modern world is very, very safe. But what we went through as children, it made us feel deeply, primarily unsafe within ourselves. So what is the cure for this? Quite frankly, bro, I'm still in the process of working that out myself. I'm not gonna pretend to be some specialist in shadow work or healing the inner child or anything. No, I'm completely unqualified to talk about that kind of stuff. I have not helped myself through that. I have not helped anyone else through that. All I can do is share my thoughts and my journey as I'm going about it. What's really started to help me is learning the technique of letting go. Not trying to run away from my emotions, but rather embracing them. I get a certain feeling just going into it fully. Not trying to rewrite the stories that is associated with this feeling in my head. Not trying to change my thoughts or think positively. No, just actually feeling the physical sensation in my body, letting it spread, and just accepting it for what it is. It's fine. I'm hungry. No big deal. I'll be fine. What's that? I'm eating and I'm not completely stuffed. That's fine as well. There's a certain thing that very healthy people do, which is they stop eating when they're 70% full. And when you're a traumatized little fuck like us, that's much easier said than done. It's very, very hard to get to that point and to stop and to know when you're eating quickly because you're watching something on YouTube, or you've got a movie in the background, or you're trying to distract yourself, you're using food as an escape. No. Best way to know when you're 70% full is by being completely present, not having anything in your headphones, just being at one with your meal, going slowly, savoring every bite, and that way you actually enjoy it more. Blows your mind. I know. I didn't believe it myself at first either. I thought, no. Surely I enjoy food more when it's double, triple stimulation. I used to, when I was down fucking bad, absolutely hating myself in the pits of mental hell a couple years ago, I had a habit stack, an entrepreneur, high-performing habit stack, where I would stuff my face with some garbage from the supermarket bakery section, or some clean food that I would eat and then stuff my face with bullshit sugary garbage, while I would put on a Netflix movie or a TV show that I'd watched a million times, while also playing online chess. It was like 2 screens, one for Netflix, one for chess, and a big plate of food in front of me. My goodness, it was a rough time in my life. My mental health was going through the drain, and this triple stack gave me some kind of escape, some quick, temporary, fleeting feeling of pleasure, but it wasn't even that pleasurable. Like that experience, it wasn't. I don't look back on it like, oh, that was so good. No, it was actually shit, and I felt even worse once the food was gone. Once I had to turn off the movie, log out of chess, and look at myself in the mirror. Wow, another day has passed, and I have not made any progress. I've actually gotten worse. And all of my competitors, all of the guys who are actually on it, are working hard, on their grind, they're lapping me even harder. Fuck, what am I gonna do? And I didn't actually do anything for a while. I just kept going down this loop of despair. Stop emotional eating, man. Stop focusing on the bullshit that doesn't matter, all this technical details. Oh, should I go carnivore, keto? Oh, should I count my calories? Should I just eat a meal plan of the same shit every single day? You probably should. It's a very, very good way to do things. Just have the same food at the same time every single day, and then once you log your calories, you only have to log it once. Boom, you have all of your micronutrients sorted. You know what you have to eat. You know what's going to make you feel good at what time. You need to focus on gym versus deep work. That's the best way to do things. But all of those technical details, they only come after the root cause has been fixed, which is the actual response to your emotions and your inner feelings. You can try to brute force your way through, willpower, discipline mode, and just always feel like you're working against yourself and you're battling yourself. You can do that. People, like some guys, they find massive success with that approach, whether it be in diet, in business, in training, whatever. But is that the life you want to live? Just having all this friction and resistance, not really enjoying the process? Would you rather have everything just smooth and flowing and aligned? That's exactly what I want. I want to learn the skill of discipline, that as I am currently doing and mastering, where even when I don't feel like it, I am able to go to war and battle and push through. But that shouldn't be your default setting 24/7. What a miserable existence, man. Stop bulking, bro. You're coping. You're being a glutton. That's the first step. Just stop telling yourself that lie. Start working on who, not how. Hope you have an amazing day, bro.